Internet friend, this is MagicBrad, SynergyCafe, and I have a new friend online, and coincidentally enough, I was in the same industry that she's in, and her name is Joy, and her last name is Book-Tamas, is that it?
Yeah, you got it.
So does
Perfect.
Joy have a book, or is that your name?
I'm actually working on about 3 different books, so they're coming out. They're not quite there yet, but there will be a book by Joy Book-Tamas.
Perfect, that's good. Joy's book. So tell me a little bit about Joy. Are you married? You got kids? Where do you live? We want to know that you're a real, genuine person. But you got a beautiful background there. You look like you match your couch.
Thank you. I've got this beautiful purple couch, and it was a gift from my husband. I am married. I've been married 7 years. We don't have kids yet, but I know that they're on their way. I do have a fur baby. I have a cat named Precious, and
I
she's
used to have a cat named Precious.
Oh
Yes, Precious.
yeah. Well, I have a cat named Precious. She's not allowed in this room because it has the purple couch in it. But yeah, she's definitely my fur baby. And if I'm in the office too long, she cries at the door. So
Got it. So next question I got for you is what industry? You're in the events industry, correct?
yes. So I help business owners who are struggling hosting profitable live events. I help them by offering them event planning made easy. So basically, if they're going to work with me, they're going to get the results of increasing their bottom line, how to spend money on events without breaking the bank, and how to take the fear out of hosting live events, because that's a huge thing for people that want to increase their business, but they don't want to host a live event because it's just too scary.
Well, I've been in the events industry. I think it's one of the best ways to get the word out about a product or a project or something like that. And then you've got your internal events like the company picnics and the holiday parties and all that kind of stuff. And when I was active promoting magic and stuff, I was always looking for the CMP or the Certified Meeting Planner. Because there's
Yeah.
people that there was a position in the larger companies that did that. And
Yeah.
nowadays they just can't afford to have that one position, so it ends up being Sally the secretary that has to do it, and it's good that there's someone like you that they can turn to learn all these things, because there's a lot of stuff that people don't realize.
Yes, and that's exactly why I made the product event planning made easy. That's one thing that is really, really huge, is that secretary or somebody in their company can be able to use my techniques and tips to host their live event and have it be profitable. Because sometimes the company can't even afford to be able to hire an event planner at all.
Sure.
So, having something that's very reasonably priced that can help them and get some interaction to be able to get the tips and things that they need to know. Because when you host a live event, everybody's really scared about the bottom line. How much money are you actually going to spend on it?
Well, it's not just the money, but do you have also interaction where they can ask you questions?
Yeah. So I have a product, Event Planning Made Easy. And then I have we take that product and we actually do that product as like a course over a period of time. So
See, that's really good, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't realize, that if you are a big company, you decide, oh, I'll just stick a little recorder in the or a player in the corner and we'll play music. They don't realize that that's not legal.
No, you can't do that.
They can get in a lot of trouble, and there's little things like that 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 some other people wouldn't know. And
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine that worked for Medtronic. They had done a Star Trek theme. Now Medtronic is savvy enough, and they covered all their bases, and they had all the ASCAP and all that stuff covered. But Gene Roddenberry was actually in the hotel, and he happened to be there.
Ooh.
I don't know if it was a coincidence or what, but they were covered. But that is an important thing. And insurance, stuff like that. I mean, sometimes people are doing cocktails and they got to have insurance, and there's things that you can let people know about that are important. Do you ever help people with planning events that are like out of the domestic area, like different countries and things?
Yeah, I'm actually in Canada, so a lot of people don't
Oh,
realize.
you're a foreigner. I understand.
I'm already a foreigner.
Oh, for Christ's
I'm a
sakes,
Canadian.
I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah, so I'm actually in Canada. So a lot of the things I do virtually, so that they can be able to hope. That's the whole premise of having event planning made easy, is that they can be able to host that live event. They don't have to bring somebody, or I can be able to help the person that's local or whoever they have in their company to be able to host a live event and get all of those little things that need to be done that, either save money or save legal junk that you really need to know about.
Junk is right. Legal stuff. I think everybody should have a birth certificate that says I'm responsible for my own activities.
Yeah, legal
But there
stuff.
is that legal stuff that happens, especially in the events. I did an event once where they did it at a loading dock, and they had a ramp that was going down in a significant incline. And I said, no way, that ain't going to be a place, because all these ladies coming in with heels and stuff, they ain't going to walk down that ramp. You crazy?
Yeah.
So,
No, it doesn't work out that way.
so there's things that you know because of your experience in this that you get to share. So this is almost like a person has sort of an event planner downloaded on their computer.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The event planning made easy online. Here we go. Yeah, so I do that in about 3 different ways. So we've got the program that they can just purchase and download onto their computer. And then they got that they can actually do the course over a period of time. Or they can be able to do one-on-one phone calls and ask me those specific questions that they're just like, I don't have time to try and deal with this or look through the program. I just want to know right now what's going on.
Okay. This is sort of an maybe catching you off guard kind of question, but it's I'm doing some programs where we do like little sampler of courses. Like I'm doing a thing with LinkedIn and another guy that has a sales training course. Is that something that you might be interested in doing, like a little mini taste webinar, so they can get a feel of it? Okay, maybe we could.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah, we could absolutely. I'll give them a couple of my secrets. I won't do it on this one, but because we don't have a whole lot of time here, but I'll do them a couple of my secrets. And actually, anytime they can go to my website, it's joyproductions.com, and then get the 5 secrets to hosting a profitable live event.
So what's that domain again? It's Joy Secrets?
It's a joy, ITSAJOY, productions.com.
It's a joy productions.com. Okay. Perfect.
5 secrets to hosting a profitable live event. That's where you're going to get it.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we close? I don't like to make these too long because people got busy lives, and this is sort of an introduction so we know that Joy's real and she's not some 15-year-old kid from Sri Lanka trying to scam people out of their money.
No, I'm here. And the one thing I do want to tell everybody is that no event is too small. A lot of business owners really feel that, I can't do it. I don't want to host a live event. I don't want to have something as big as like Lisa Sasevich or, Suzanne Evans or Ali Brown. I don't want to have something as big as that. I want to have something that's just small and maybe like 10, 20 people. Well, that's where I really want to help business owners, is that they can be able to grow to get themselves bigger. But you got to start somewhere.
So when you say business owners, are you speaking like people like Lisa Sasevich? She's more of a coach kind of business. Are you talking about businesses in general, like Bob's Pizza could do a customer appreciation night or something?
Yeah, and I do love the entrepreneurs. I do love the business coaches and the people who are in a service kind of thing. But Bob's Pizza around the corner, there's a fish and chip store around the corner that I've helped do some events around. Like you can do things locally that people don't even think about that can still help it expand and grow. Like I was at a business networking meeting a couple days ago talking to someone who has a yoga studio and telling her little tips that she can be able to do to expand her business. And she was like blown away. And so it's not just, the big people and like, I've got this big business and I'm a wonderful coach. It's everybody can expand their business in any way to help that bottom line by hosting a live event.
Yeah, anything like that, like even like a company picnic, you got 14 employees and you guys go get a pavilion at the place, but they bring spouses and friends, and all of a sudden more people know about the business. So that can be done that way too. And then I worked with a martial arts company in Los Angeles, and they did a kick-a-thon fundraiser thing. And they did that
love it.
interior. It was a whole fundraiser for raising, I think it was children's education and things.
I do karate as well, so that's awesome. I never thought about doing a fundraiser for the karate, doing a kick-a-thon. I'm going to use that tip.
Well, they do events too. They do sleepovers, a lot of the schools and things like that for the kids and stuff like that. And then tournaments for the adults, the big tournaments. Those are events that people could probably get some tips from you for doing that event.
Yeah, I actually started doing not-for-profit events in 1999 for a company, a not-for-profit in Canada, and worldwide is St. John Ambulance. So I've been doing events for forever. I won't tell you how old I am, but since 1999.
Yes. Remember when they launched the wheel?
Yeah, so anyways, any kind of event, event planning made easy will help anyone to be able to do a live event in any shape or form. Whether it's 5 people just getting together and being able to increase your growth there, or it's 500 people like Lisa Sasevich, or Suzanne Evans does like 700 and 1,000 people. So, but any kind of size, I've had experience in all of those different sizes.
Well, I'm not going to let this go too much longer,
Yes,
but I got one
sure.
other question, and that is, like, this is for events in general. Are you ever thinking of going and niching out into specific, like, events for insurance people or events for, like, other products or things like that?
I haven't done that, but it's something that I'll think about. Something I'll put into my mind as an aspect is doing it. Maybe I could take my event planning made easy and make a segment for each kind of division
Yeah,
there.
because
That's
there's
a good idea.
different things for like an internal event versus a public event versus outdoor event versus an indoor event. So
Yeah.
maybe there's little things you could break apart specifically for that. Like an outdoor event is a lot different than
Yes.
like an inside event where you've got like sort of trade show booths. They're all 10 by 10 blocked out. Outside, a new tree grew up last year, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You're totally right. I'm thinking that you'll be seeing event planning made easy for XYZ coming out real soon.
Well, when that's the time, let's get together again and see if we can share with the world. So I'm going to sign
Yeah,
this off, but I appreciate you, Joy, taking the time, and we will do some more of these at a later date. If you want to hang on, we will chat further.
for sure.
Okay, thanks again. Peace.
Thank you.